What up YouTube, Topaz Yates here, and I got a pretty good show lined up for you today, man. First we're going to jump into a brief instrumental from underground producer Corey Beats. Then we're going to review this Baby and Angie Martinez interview that posted up and such, man. Then we're going to jump into some questions. So this Baby and Angie Martinez interview, man, you hear a bunch of things that could be true and some raw truth there from Baby and such, but then you also get a bunch of disingenuous ass shit too, you dig? In which the more and more I listen to Baby speak, man, the less and less I actually believe from the guy, but yet still, there's some solid things that he's talking about. So the theme of the entire interview was him talking about how much of a family man he is and such, so therefore he would never let anybody do anything wrong to Lil Wayne and such, and how he backs and supports his every damn decision and such, when that comes off as very fucking disingenuous. Especially when she starts talking about, what about when you was in the club and people threw drinks and shit at him and such, man? What the fuck happened there? And then he's like, man, ain't nobody throwing drinks from around here, like I was dipped off. But yet the video clearly shows you were there right after the drinks was thrown and such, and you was looking down at Lil Wayne. One of my subscribers said that he was looking down on some WCW Monday Nitro type shit, man, and he was absolutely fucking right, you dig? Like, how the fuck could you say that you did not know what the fuck was going on when there's visual evidence there, and you're not trying to go into that shit? That is very damn disingenuous. Then he wants to say that he supports Lil Wayne's decision no matter what, whether he wants to stay, whether he wants to go. And what Lil Wayne is saying in the public forum is not what he's saying behind closed doors. Now that could have some truth to it, because that's what a lot of rappers and such do. See, too many rappers want to put on that type of front like, oh, they're standing on their own, they're their own man, they that shit, when in reality, it's nothing like that. So I definitely can give him some credibility on that statement. And what gives that statement more credibility is when they started talking about Drake and Nicki Minaj potentially going with Lil Wayne and such, where he just shut that shit down. He had no fucking second thought saying that they're not going fucking anywhere. So if he can be blatantly honest about them leaving, he should be blatantly honest about Lil Wayne leaving, don't you think? And to all these people out here that want to leave me comments about how Drake and Nicki is so loyal to Lil Wayne and such, man, I've been telling y'all from the beginning, one, may not even be in the cards for them to leave to go with Lil Wayne and such if he does go. And two, better offers may be out there. Shit, Cash Money might give them better offers if the deals are actually up, if he would actually allow them to leave their fucking deals if it's not. But back to his disingenuous side. So Baby said that I sold, not Cash Money, not anybody else, I sold 500 million records while I'm a part of it. And you know, he does do his thing in the business aspect, I guess, and he did have a hand in it with the big timers and such, man. But you can't say that I sold 500 million and slight all of the great talent that you fucking had under Cash Money, because they did more for the label than you had in the light of the people. But that definitely shows his selfish side that gets quantified in the damn statements and such, where they ask him, you don't pay anybody any money, and he changes the fucking subject to, well, you see, all of our artists have been on the Forbes list, right? So obviously the money ain't that bad. That's bullshit, because 50 Cent was just on the damn Forbes list, and that motherfucker is filing for bankruptcy right now. So he really just said, yeah, I don't pay anybody in the most disingenuous fucking way possible. And going back to Lil Wayne and such, man, he said that Lil Wayne turned in his album and he had nothing to do with them not putting out his shit. And I'm like, dude, you talking about through this entire fucking interview how you own 100% of Cash Money, in which that obviously must be false if you're saying that you would have put it out but somebody else decided not to. And then he goes into a little bit more detail and such. He says that Universal in fact runs the business day-to-day shit, because he had people in place that weren't prepared or wasn't qualified for $100 million plus fucking moves, in which that's true, but quite honestly, they don't do that shit for free. So obviously you don't own 100% of Cash Money. So that's one lie that he got caught up in that people didn't really catch. So it kind of makes sense that Universal would be the one saying, we're not going to drop your album, but why would they ever do that? Lil Wayne is a fucking cash cow, dude. You drop whatever project that they throw to you. So I feel as though he's very disingenuous there about him not having a hand in that album not coming out. Maybe they're not trying to drop it so they can have a chance to re-sign him. And then Baby discussing some of the things that he's allegedly tied into, like the shooting of Lil Wayne's tour bus and such, man. He tends to deflect and shit and to say, well, you know, hip-hop just gets gangster sometimes. Hip-hop just goes left sometimes. Like, he points the finger at hip-hop so much during this interview and such that it comes off very disingenuous, you dig? Like, you're saying that you had nothing to do with it, it's just hip-hop just randomly does this type of shit. So really, you take it for what you will, man. A lot of shit just comes off as disingenuous, but he does spit a little bit of truth in there. But anyway, on to Ask, Download, Pass. And Ricky Wayne says about Trey the Truth, man, the whole changing up his style and such, man, that's how you get guys like Lil Wayne having a bunch of fans saying that he changed and they want the old Wayne back. And you know what? That's the price of you being dedicated to your craft, because as an artist, all you're supposed to do is pretty much try to improve, try to get better. And what goes along with that territory is changing who you are, changing your style. Those same people saying that they want the old Wayne, they would be the same people saying that Wayne got so damn boring, he just never fucking changing. Like, fans are that fucking fickle. All you can do as an MC is do what's best for your career and continue to get better, and which is obviously Trey the Truth isn't trying to do that. He's just dishing out music. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me at Twitter up there, and you can go to downloadpass.com, that's down there, to read today's article.